take it slow. Just hold me close, don't let me go. They found Jesus and we found love. Guess we both think the stars above. Just keep me young, don't make me old. Glow was a mountain woman, my mama's best friend. When they were young, they sing their songs on 8-track radio. They grew up, they stayed close. Maybe the man had a couple care. She got sick, I had to let her go. Well, 8 shots showed up one day and now that same old song still playing. We've been high and we've been low. Life moves fast, so take it slow. Just hold me close, don't let me go. They found Jesus and we found love. Guess we both like the stars above. Just keep me young, don't make me old. McCall was a real good boy, man's best friend. When he was a pup, he'd run and jump and play till the cows came home. He grew up when he stayed young. Blows the day he was born. He turned 13, we had to let him go. Well, I don't know how or when, but I can't wait to see him again. And we've been high, we've been low. Life moves fast, so take it slow. Just hold me close, don't let me go. We found Jesus and we found love. Guess we both like the stars above. Just keep me young, don't make me old.
What is up, 24/7 Buff Fandemonium? What is up, Buff fan base? What is up, Bills Mafia? Welcome to the official kickoff show of the Bills Mafia. This is Sunday Sessions. I am your host, Swank. With me, as always, are two of my besties, my BFFers. We all have a 3-part heart necklace that we have one part of. It's really great. If you go right down south here, let me tell you something. Bowling balls have nothing on this motherfucker. Baby's bottom has nothing on the smoothness that emulates out of the pores of that who is the content creator extraordinaire, the Barry White of Buffalo, Mr. Ryan Thomas from the Thomas Takes Sports Podcast. RT, what's up tonight?
First off, cheers. Cheers.
Oh,
Cheers to that. Cheers to that. Cheers to the red helmets, guys. I'm really fired up for this one. Cheers to a hell of a season. Cheers to the Bills Mafia. It's been a hell of a run, and plenty more coming up.
I like it, dude. I like it. What a day. We were just talking right before we came on, man. Now we're all sitting here like, damn, we should have went. Damn it. Even if
Should have went.
God damn it. Right next to me is my brother from another mother, one of the sweetest scooters and all the magooters. That is Scott Reed. What's up, Scott? What do you got?
What's up, guys? You had that heart reference there, Swank. I'll be the left ventricles. They're RT. I'll supply the body with the blood. You be the right. You supply the lungs. And Swank will be the coronary artery that supplies the heart with the oxygen, man. It's all the parts that we need. Let's get it. This is our last regular season game we're talking about next week's playoffs, so I can't wait for that. But let's talk this week. I do have to disappear for a minute. I just saw that my battery's about to die, so I'm gonna get a charger real quick.
All right, do it up, man. Guys, we are part of the Buff fan base. As such, we are sponsored by 26 Shirts. Go to 26shirts.com. Give them all your money, man, because Del Reed and the gang, they do great things for local people right in Western New York the way they should. Great clothes, great times, great charity.
Great
gear, man. Got John's in the comments. Time for a Jets beatdown. Last one at the Ralph. I gotta up my font here. I think now I'm 42. I can read. Mixed emotions about it. Go Bills. Hell yeah, John Johns. We're gonna get into that a little bit here today, man. Might go just a little over. It's one of those kind of games, I feel like, man. Tom, go Bills. Goodbye, Ralph. Yeah.
Yeah.
RT, you got a favorite time here, real quick?
You know, it's really hard to narrow it down to one. I'm just going to go back to a memory that I have of one of my fondest memories with my cousin Doug. He's probably, I'd say maybe 8 years older than me. So I was in high school and he said, Ryan, I'd like to take you to a game. He's 21 or 22. He can drink. And I'm in like middle school at the time. And I go out with him and his buddies to a game, and it was actually on Christmas Eve. The Buffalo Bills played the Tennessee Titans in the J.P. Lossman era, and it was a heartbreaker. They lost 30-29. Oh. Travis Henry had a dagger touchdown against us. It was one of his big games as a Tennessee Titan. But I just remember wearing plastic bags on my feet in my boots, snow pants and snowsuit, and driving back to my house, showering real quick, getting changed, going to my Aunt Terry's Christmas party, and just the simple times. I think it just brings us back to just being kids and just having fun and so many memories. But I'm honestly happy to say that, we've all had our own memories and we've all been able to share it, and, time to make some new memories at the new stadium and bid farewell to this one.
She's been good to us, man. She's been real good to us.
Real good.
You got a quick favorite memory over there at the old Ralph Rich Highmark New Era? Oh. I mean, you don't gotta get so choked up about it that you mute your mic or something.
There we go. I'm sorry. I got two pretty good ones. One was the game against the Jaguars. Doug Flutie, one of my favorite quarterbacks. I was a small quarterback myself, so I kind of looked up to him a lot. That botch play rollout. I was there next to the end zone. We watched it with the fam at the game. It was pretty exciting. But my ultimate favorite moment, and I didn't realize how special it was till we became friends with Mark Maddox and then started enjoying his company and what Mark's all about, is this guy right here. This is myself and Jared's first ever game we ever attended. Tickets to this Bills versus Pittsburgh Steelers game. And Jared will tell you that this is the game where he had a hat that he wanted Kevin Green to sign, and Kevin Green said, wrong team, buddy. Mark Maddox followed up, and that's Jared's first ever autographed hat and mine as well. So
wow,
this game meant a lot, not only because it was the first game with my dad and we watched the Bills game at Rich Stadium at the time, but full circle coming around. Mark Maddox did us a huge favor, and now he's meet your heroes. He's one of those guys that forever memory. That's my favorite moment. Didn't know at the time, but it's funny how things come around.
That's awesome, dude.
Wow.
Mine is the first game I ever went to. I had been diehard, man, since like 4th grade, maybe. So you're talking like 9 years old, 8, 9 years old. When I turned 13, my dad somehow scored front row tickets behind the Jets versus Bills bench. First row, 13-year-old me, never been to a game, and the sights, the sounds, the feeling when your team comes out on the field for the first time and you witness it is insane. 80,000 people all just shouting at the top of their lungs. It's something I'll never forget. And my forever favorite right here, Mr. Bruce Smith. I do remember a couple things about that day really quick. When they came out of the tunnel, they were yelling Bruce, and I thought they were booing him, and I was like, yeah, Bruce Smith is amazing. And this is the game where Bruce ended Boomer Esiason's career, knocked him for a complete loop, took him out of the game. They had Boomer on a gator right in front of me and my dad, and we were taking pictures, watching him try to revive him with smelling salts. And that was a pretty cool experience. But yeah, that one I'll never forget. There's games in between there and now that obviously I've really enjoyed and loved. I really enjoyed the Ravens game. We went to a playoff game with my wife last year, and that was amazing. Great experience. But that first one's like, that's the one that did it, man. So yeah. Anyway,
dude, that's a huge memory. That was one of the first memories you shared when we first started the show and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You'll always go back to that Jets game, and You remember that. And like RT said, these things are meant to have memories. You take the memories, you take pictures nowadays on social media, but it's all up here, and it's on. It's on to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys remember this game in particular? It was 2002. They were playing the Jets, and it was a week 1 game. It ended in crazy fashion too, which was Drew Bledsoe's first start, which was their first game in those Navy jerseys.
Yeah.
And I remember I went with my grandfather, and he had some real tough, health struggles. 2001, 2000, 2002. He comes out of it. He's like, let's go to the first game, home opener, no matter who they play. We go. We had seats right out of the tunnel, right near the tunnel, and I remember Drew Bledsoe running out onto the field in those jerseys for the first time, and he was holding the red helmet up, and it was like steam and fog coming out, and just the thought of that it just gives me chills when I know that every seat is sold out in that place, and I was one of the 75,000 strong that saw that moment too. So it's just so many. It's tough to name one.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
Yep.
We could be here until after the game's over talking about it.
Right.
But one of the reasons why we love doing this show at this time, and John Robert, he's right on top of it. The inactives come out as soon as we go live, and without failure, here they are, right from Buffalo Bills PR's X account. This is the graphic that we love because it shows you not only who is inactive, but also the depth of who is playing today or available to play. John Robert, wow, did you see who was inactive? Bingo Bango. Terrell Bernard, inactive. Brandon Cooks, inactive. Jordan Poyer, inactive. Greg Rousseau, inactive. Neon Dawkins, inactive. Daquan Jones, inactive. Joey Bosa, inactive. I see somewhat of a game strategy, I think, here in these inactives. I think half of them were either out or questionable, and the other half, I think they're trying to save. So that's my quick take on it. RT, what do you think, buddy?
Yeah, you got to save the good guys for the games that matter. Not that this game doesn't matter, but in the grand scheme of things, in the goal of what this season represents, obviously getting to a Super Bowl, those pieces that are inactive, Bernard, Cooks, Poyer, Rousseau, Dion being inactive does kind of hurt, I will say, as a fan, just because he put so many starts into the stadium and so many moments. He even said that the stadium was part of what made him himself today. Like, it helped to make him the Schno University personality that he is. So, that's a little bittersweet, but grand scheme of things, if they come out virtually unscathed in this one, that's a win. That's the biggest win coming out of this game, bigger than a win itself, I think, is to come out of this game with a victory as well, mostly unscathed, and saving those pieces for next week.
Scooter, man, when I'm looking at this list, and I know Josh Allen, who knows how much he'll play really today. Mm-hmm. I think Mickey Tribbs could probably just handle it fine. I saw a really interesting stat today. If the Jets don't pick off whoever plays quarterback for the Buffalo Bills today, they are the only team in NFL history to go a whole season without an interception.
Wow.
How bad do you have to be? Like, just when you thought the dumpster fire was smoldering, nope, it's still blazing, boy. So I'm a little like, they're going to give Josh his starting right record thing. Yep. Keeps going here. Yep. That's fine. Well, what else do you make out of this, your inactive list?
So good old Josh, you'll get that consecutive games for sure. They brought 4 tight ends in, which means they're probably going to be a little run heavy. Don't let Trubisky do too much passing and let the clock wind so they can get over this game. The running back, I could see Josh Allen being part of that inactives after the first snap, and depending on what our friend Mr. Taylor does in the Colts game, which he only has like 10 yards right now, James Cook may get a couple carries to ensure that rushing title, which I'm hoping he does for sure. But it's curious to see the guys that are out there. Swank, I know Judon is a guy that we've all been pounding the table for, just to see a little bit of what he can offer. I mean, obviously he's a veteran that hasn't played in a little bit, hasn't had any sacks as of late, but who knows if they're going to let him loose to see what they got in him. I'm surprised to see Bosa off the roster with that incentive, that 1 sack incentive. But it is what it is. You gotta get ready for playoffs. Playoffs and Super Bowl are more important than $150,000.
Yeah, he was questionable throughout the week too. He seems like the kind of guy he's already made his money.
Yep.
I'm sure he would enjoy whatever, but I think we could tell by the progression of Joey Bosa and the season that he's had and the pure joy that he is playing the game with, being a Buffalo, that taking this team deep into the playoffs and the ultimate retrieving a Super Bowl trophy to bring home, like that is the goal for him. I don't think that incentive really plays in too much. I don't know, like if he's even like, he seems just like such a pro that like I don't think he'd even put up any sort of, like, oh really? I don't think he got that. He's probably like, okay, coach. Like,
that's the thing is these guys do need. We don't get a bye week obviously because we didn't win the AFC conference. So it's nice that we have the opportunity to be able to sit these players and let them get that bye week ahead of time. Real quick, interesting stat on your stat there, Swank, with the whole interception thing. Sauce Gardner left a 1-7 Jets. Jared threw this out at us. Sauce Gardner left the 1-7 Jets to join the playoff contention Colts, who have since gotten Gardner, are 1-7.
Yep.
You love to see it in some of these quote unquote blockbusters. I'm like, is that really a blockbuster?
He's been pretty lukewarm for the last two seasons, like,
right,
and counting. For me, man, I think it's interesting, and we look on this, inactively, we knew about half those guys. I wanted to see the wide receiver room. I mean, I think this is kind of what you're going to be looking at going in the playoffs, but I don't think Keon Coleman is going to be active. I do think Brandon Cooks has proven all of his worth, and they said, listen, old man, you earned it. Have a nice little seat, and we'll see you in the playoffs. But I bet you your 5 is going to be Cooks, Palmer, Shakir, Davis, Shavers, and that is the 5 for probably the last month and a half. That is what I've wanted. So I'm hoping that's good. The other thing I think that's interesting, 3 defensive ends. That's all we got rolling into this year game. Judon is going to get all of his toe dipped in and warm here. Jesus, I mean, Solomon and Epinesa. I mean, Epinesa has a big role on this defense. I can't believe they didn't pull somebody else up, I guess, to kind of split reps and at least have 4, unless they're going to move a tackle in and do that kind of thing. It's just interesting to me.
Yeah, right. They brought in an extra tight end and took away a defensive end. Yep.
And I mean, if we're going on the conservative kind of play snap count thing today, I don't see Kincaid getting like an insane amount of snaps, enough to like, again, get him back into the flow of a game. But I would have thought he would have been inactive out of anybody today.
Yep.
So
Prater's back, fellas.
Prater's back.
Prater is back.
2 more kickers on that practice squad, because I don't know.
What a weird year just in general, with all the injuries that they've had and the fact that they can't seem to get kicker kind of figured out as well, like injury wise. It's just wild.
It's nuts. It's a weird year. It's been a weird like couple seasons, but a really weird year for kickers in general. I was, obviously we're all keeping an eye on the Colts Texans game and that Jags game. I was kind of like, oh, the Titans were doing a little something in the beginning. That was interesting. Then I'm like, you know what? I just want the Jags to win and push the Texans back in our wild card numbers here. And then that keeps them away from us for a week or 2. And then we'll see what happens, like if everything goes to plan. But the Texans currently are losing to the Colts 24-23. And that defense hasn't looked like that Texans defense. I know it's a division rival, but it's interesting. I like that. I like them riding that kind of momentum going into the playoffs, having a close game. And then the other game we're looking at today, the Chargers and the Broncos. The Chargers are resting all of their starters. I don't know what the Broncos are doing. I don't know. When do the Patriots play? Tomorrow? Is there a game tomorrow?
I couldn't tell you.
Was it?
Patriots play 4:25 at New England against Miami.
Oh, here you go. So maybe, your Broncos might be looking for that 1 seed and really playing, because the Patriots are on their tail here, right? Like there could be a Swifto changeo de facto moment where, New England wants that bye. They're playing for the 1 seed. Denver might have to play. The Chargers have already thrown in and conceded that they're good with wherever they land.
Yep.
That could be good for us because to me, man, I think the 6 is still a better spot than the 7. And I think let the Chargers, if they want to be 7, go ahead and deal with the Patriots and the Broncos. And I'll take whoever is left over, and that'll be great. I mean, I'll take it however it comes. But I just think the path is slightly less rocky one way than the other.
The beautiful thing about this playoff situation, and the Texans just took the lead over the Colts 26-24. They hit a field goal.
Wow.
The interesting thing about the AFC playoffs right now, guys, is 7 can easily beat 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
It's wide open, and you look at it, it's a tournament, and which team has the best quarterback? Rest your case. You know what I mean? Rest your case there.
With all that being said, Swank and RT fans that are at the game, do not rip up the field, do not rip up the seats, and don't take the goalpost down. We could potentially be playing a game there in the playoffs, so keep it clean.
Doug has some breaking news. Dallas is bad.
Oh my God. What a turnaround, man.
Oh my God. I love it. It's the same team that's been there since 97.
Yeah.
I know.
But the Giants are killing them. That's hilarious.
I know. That little shovel pass that Jackson Dart did was that was fun.
He's a sneaky one, that Jackson Dart. You never know what you're gonna get with him.
Nope.
Yeah, for sure. All right, real quick, let's see. The Jets inactives are somewhere up here. There they are. Tyrod Taylor, he's the emergency quarterback. He is inactive. Tyler Johnson, Breece Hall is inactive. Brandon Stevens, Quantez Stiggers, Michael Clemens, and Jelani Woods all inactive today.
Okay.
Looks like trying to check out some depth over there. I don't know. Jets are going to jet. The only thing about today that is anything to talk or worry about for me is that the Bills tend to play down to these kind of opponents, and I don't want that. Even if it's the backups in, I want them to put the pedal to the metal. I don't want Josh Allen to get any more banged up than he is. I know his foot is messed up, and we can blame last week's heroics on that. But I would have really loved to see a little bit of continuity in this passing game. I know we can run the ball. I know it, but so does every other team in the NFL. So does every other player on the defense of any team that's played the Bills.
Yep.
So it just would have been nice to see a little more practice in that, or a little more convincing. I mean, I believe entirely in Josh Allen, but Joe Brady is the problem for me currently. So I would have liked to see something a little better than that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Anything on these inactives, RT?
Yeah, you know what? It's a good thing. I think that looking at the matchup kind of in my brain, I thought a big factor would be Breece Hall. With Breece Hall out today, Jets' run game is definitely going to take a hit. I think he's probably, for a team that has been as bad as the Jets have been really since he's been on it, they've been bad for so long. He is one of those pieces on this team that you look at and say, you know what, if he was on a contender, he would be a much, much better player than he already is. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
He's one of those guys that I think, he was somebody that I wanted Buffalo to maybe target that year via the draft. And Breece Hall's able to, be a dynamic runner despite other teams knowing that that's really all the Jets have to offer, offensively. So the fact that he's out, I think will bode really well for Buffalo defensively today. He's that much of a factor typically in these Jets games, and he's really the only factor all season long that's been able to keep the Jets in games when they've been in games, which has been very rare, but he's usually the guy that is successful on this team. One of the very few.
One of the very few indeed. Oh, sorry, Scooter. Did you have anything to add on that?
Breece Hall's their offense.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that he's out, obviously Mr. Cook is a quarterback. They have a bunch of young receivers out there. So defensively, I think we're okay. They're coming and playing a preseason game. It looks like same with the Bills.
What do you guys think of just overall? Like, I know the NHL is very different from the NFL. NBA is very different too. Even though they have those draft lotteries, those leagues tank. That the term tanking is kind of more prevalent year in, year out. If a team's really, really bad, more teams tank in the NHL and in the NBA than they do the NFL. I think the Jets are tanking. Like, I think they've been tanking for probably the last, 5 or 6 weeks of the season, really since the Sauce Gardner trade.
I really thought you were going to say years.
Well, you could say years too.
Yep.
I mean, that might not be intentionally, but it definitely is right now. That's kind of my point. Like, when do they just start to say, you know what, are we here to actually win, or are we here to lose to get better? Like, I don't know. Like, my main question, like, what is their plan? What is their way to move forward from this season? Is Aaron Glenn back for another year? Are they gonna, if they do bring him back, are they gonna go after a quarterback in the draft? This isn't really the best quarterback draft, like it was in previous years, right? So I don't know. Everything is just kind of hodgepodge mix of players, and I've listened to a lot of local radio and stuff, and I say local, but like East Rutherford radio, talking about this matchup, and a lot of people over in East Rutherford are saying that the Jets are just they don't know what is going to happen with this team. Like, there's no plan. So really interesting to see how different these two franchises are at this point in time, and how different they could continue to be.
They are they're the last horse in the race. They're the long shot. They're not even on the field, the track, really. You know what, man? I think, to me, ownership. It's all ownership. I think Salah had this team pointing in a good direction. I think this defense was nasty. I think they started to figure out a little bit more of that offense. They only needed a couple little pieces, and I think ownership really screwed the pooch when it came to especially Aaron Rodgers and letting him completely gut the offense that they had kind of started to prop up. All they needed was a quarterback that could run it. Just not even a good quarterback, just an average quarterback, a game manager to run this. And that their defense could have kept them in every single game, and they could have scored 20, and then they would have been really competitive, I think, with a winning record. I think ownership screwed this whole team up and then tried to blame it on Salah, and then got exactly what he deserved, and then spiraled down. And I feel bad for Aaron Glenn. I think Aaron Glenn deserves a couple of years with this team to try to turn it around, but it's only if he's not meddled with, if he gets left the hell alone and they have a competent GM in there that can actually get him some pieces. I think he can build a monster of a defense there, and I think he'll let offensive minds coach. So, I don't know. But they're the Jets. I don't think that'll ever happen. So.
Little too dysfunctional for common sense, I think.
The Jets and Miami have a lot in common.
Yeah,
sure do. Well, they got Troy Aikman coming in now. Did you see that?
I actually really like Troy Aikman too, and that I'm just like, what check did they cut for that? Like, basically, you work for us, but you don't want to commit to working for us, so we're just gonna get you in the building. And he's like, you know what? Yeah, just add another 0 to that, and we're good. That's,
give you the nod.
Why not?
It's the guy.
I would do it if I was him. I'm not attached. I'm just around. And
can we start tweeting at Troy Aikman? Brian Dable. Brian Dable would be great down there.
I feel like McDaniel's gonna stay.
Hey, right? Why not? Give him another chance. Give him another 5 years.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Guys, here we are, 3:27. RT, I know you got to split out.
I got to pick up my food in a little bit. I got a few more minutes. We can go a couple more. Yep.
Are you good to go a little over or no? Sweet. Let's go ahead and hit X Factors. We'll do X Factors. We'll do, rapid fire, and then we'll do a little score prediction here. So what do you got for an X Factor, Scott?
Just play calls, and that's going to be simple. Make it easy, keep it simple, stupid. Again, we saw what the Jets are bringing to the table. They're not bringing much of anything, and we know what the Bills are bringing to the table. They do have a couple incentives they want to pay out, and they do have a rushing title to worry about. I think we're safe with the James Taylor thing, but if Henry has a game against the Steelers tonight, which he could potentially have, if he puts up 130, 140 plus, you could take it if James Cook doesn't have any yards. So just smart playing calls. Don't set up someone like James Cook to get injured because they know you're looking for a rushing title. Keep it creative. Joe Brady, this is an audition for you to take a bad team and see what you can do with, not a bad team, a team that doesn't have their starters, to see what you can do with them. And it's not all Josh Allen all the time. So just play smart. I know the defense, the quarterback gets sacked about 4.5 times. This Mr. Cook guy. So defensive play calls by Babich as well. When I say play calls, I want to see some pressure. Only have 3 edge rushers. That means I think they're going to bring in the blitz a lot in the middle, but bring them down. Get some sacks.
I love it. I love it. Let's see what they can do. I really hope Joe Brady has like this open only after regular season playbook. That's just like all those plays that we were used to seeing. That would be awesome. What do you think, RT? What's your X factor?
X factor for me, stay healthy. That's all I care about in this game. I look at this game, guys, as like an extra preseason game. Like I can't look at this game. You know, I want the Bills to win every single week that they take the field, preseason included. But if they come up short in this one, I won't exactly be, you know, wiping my eyes with tears. I just want to see them stay healthy. I want to see a healthy dose of Mitch Trubisky, Ray Davis, just, you know, dinking and dunking down the field and making plays as Mitch is known to do, with some ice in his veins, as we saw when they played the Jets the last time. We talked about that. That was a pretty awesome moment, one of the unsung moments of the season. So I want to see Josh Allen start the game, you know, maybe get a couple handoffs in and then run off the field, and then it's Mitch Trubisky time. You know, Sean McDermott said it's business as usual, but I don't quite think that. I think that they will pull players, you know, after the first series or so, and we'll get a good look at guys like Tyrell Shavers, I think, today. I think Matthew Judon, we mentioned him earlier. This is his first action, so I'm going to say Matthew Judon kind of getting the cobwebs off, sacking Brady Cook, who's probably the worst starting quarterback that this league has, and they definitely should be making plays as a defense today. So I'm going to go defense overall, making plays, and everybody staying healthy. That's my X factor.
I love it, man. I love it. I think for me, I'm right down the same lane. I want everybody to be healthy. We need to get into this game next week and be 100%. It's a bummer that Ed had a little bit of a setback, but if we can get maybe into the second week of the playoffs and Eddie's there, or the third week, that would be cool. Just to give a little bit of juice to this defensive line. I don't know. I'm excited to see Judon. I'm excited to see what kind of opportunities are they going to give Keon Coleman. I think this is it for him. You know, I think
it's an audition. You
could maybe never see Keon Coleman suit up and take the field for the Buffalo Bills ever again after today, which is like a crazy thought, I think.
Sad. It's sad, to be honest.
It is.
All around sad, you know?
Yep.
Frustrating, too.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, stay healthy and play solid fundamental football. That's all I really want, man. All you can ask for. Let's go ahead and get some score predictions going. What do you got for a score prediction, RT?
Score prediction, I'm going to go 30-17 Buffalo. I think Mitchell Trubisky is going to have 2 touchdown passes in today's game. I think Ray Davis is going to have 1 rushing touchdown and maybe even a kickoff return for a touchdown. One last tip of the cap farewell season to one of the best moments in recent years, Nyheim Hines, and that run back that he had against the Patriots post Damar Hamlin tearjerker 2, as Swank just put up the 2. He did it twice. So Ray Davis might have a little bit of Nyheim Hines in him today, shaking and baking, rumbling, bubbling, stumbling into the end zone at Highmark Stadium to create a frenzy of Bills Mafia.
Oh boy, they go
absolutely nuts. Got 1,000 of you tuning in live for the pregame show, the official pregame show of the Buff fan base, Bills Mafia. This is Sunday Sessions. Getting close to wrapping it up here. RT, anytime you got to bail, you just bail, brother. We'll keep her going. And love you, appreciate you.
Of course.
Happy Highmark.
Yes, happy Highmark Day. I'm going to give I'll chime in and then I'll bounce out. Just for my final thoughts. Guys, this day is going to be one of the more special days for obvious reasons in Buffalo Bills history. But I must remind the folks at home, 2014, when Ralph Wilson passed, there was a lot of wondering what was going to happen with this franchise. Terrence Pegula swoops in, owner of the Buffalo Sabres, and says, not so fast, Bon Jovi, not so fast, Donald Trump, not so fast, Rogers family. I'm going to bring in a few suitcases full of cold hard cash, keep this team in Buffalo. Not only does that, but then puts stadium plans together, and we're going to have a really nice stadium. All the renderings I've seen of it, I can't wait for that. It's a bittersweet day. A lot of great moments, as we talked about, but I want everybody to remember the good times at the Ralph, Highmark, Rich Stadium, whatever you call it, and bring those good times to the new Highmark Stadium, which I think is much, much overdue. For as much as we love this stadium, 53 years is a long time for a stadium.
Yep.
Old Orchard held up really well. We did what we could with it. Now it's time to raise a Super Bowl banner in the new stadium. Let's get it done this year, raise that banner next year in the new stadium, something that we weren't able to do at the Ralph, and make that happen. Over and out, guys. Love you. Go Bills. And looking forward to next week to predict the playoff game.
I was going to say cheers, but I got nothing to cheers with.
I got you.
Cheers. Red helmets. Let's go.
Love you, RT. Let's talk playoff football next week, bud.
Let's do it. Flutie over Johnson forever. And out.
Forever. All right, that was our boy RT. You can go catch him on the X, the Facebooks, the YouTubes, the Instagrams. He is part of the Buff Fanbase Network, as well as the K-Gun Report, which your boy Scott and I are part of as well, along with his brother. You got your guy Glenny in the comments blowing stuff up, Scott. He's kind of
the Fetters, yeah.
Not putting. I put like about 18 of his comments, and now he's I don't know. He's very excited. Are
you at the game, Glenn? I know his brother or cousin is in there too. They've been going like crazy. We got a lot of names coming up for today's show. So thanks for joining us, guys. A send off to the Highmark. But yeah, Fetters. I know they have a couple pages on social media as well. So hit them up.
Sick. Hit up the Fetters. Real quick, our boy Corey, he also thinks that I don't know how to run the show because he thought I forgot about his video, which is right here that I've had queued up the whole time. He's at the game with our guy, Buffalo Spartan, and this is his vid.
Should hang out.
Go Bill!
Driver. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Should hang up.
Go Bill! There you go. That's Corey's contribution to the Sunday sessions today, dude. On a loop. On the
Oh dear.
That was probably just like a bus full of like retirees going to like a bird refuge or something.
Yep.
What do you got for a score prediction, Scott?
I got a fun one. I think I see a special team score. I see a defensive score. I see a scoring all around, and having this Bills Mafia go crazy. Like I said, it looks like the Jets are bringing their JV squad. So let's go 35-10. A nice little 30 burger to send off the Buffalo Bills the right way into the playoffs.
I like it. What do you guys got for scores? Put them in the comments. For me, man, I think we're going out in style. I don't know if it's going to be a 30-point game. I think I'm going to go 27-10. And yeah, Mitchie Tribbs, good for 2. See a little bit of Ray Daves, and I would love to see a 100-yard receiver. Just give me a 100-yard receiver with our backups. Let's go.
Oh,
yeah. Let's see. Teddy is in the stadium rocking right now.
Nice.
Good.
Nice, Teddy.
Yeah. We got Charlie. We got all the regs over here. Debbie Emerton, 28-17. My boy Charlie, 35-10. Hell yeah.
What's up, Charlie?
Good time, man. 1,085 of you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in live. We're going to hit you with some final thoughts and then get to our game time rituals. So on behalf of 24/7 Buff Fandemonium, my boy Scott Magot is going to get what you got.
Get what you got. Let's start off with the Instagram guys. They don't allow the comments to come in through them. So I want to give a special shout out to the Caitlin Clark, KVB, G Money, Big Papa. Yeah, I don't think that's the real Caitlin Clark.
Oh, okay.
T Burner, Thomas 8, Gruder, Lucas Graham, Rude Master, David Hancock, Colt NV, and then El Guapo 1278. Thanks for joining. again, once StreamYard figures out how to get Instagram comments and stuff in there, we'll get you guys involved. But final thought, you're at the stadium. I'm telling you to be a little responsible. I'm at home and I got to be responsible. It will be an emotional day no matter what the turnout is. We have memories. We all have great memories of this. Let's make the last memory that we have at Highmark. Hopefully it's not the last one. Hopefully we play a playoff game there, but the regular season last memory at Highmark, let's make it one we actually do remember. Be responsible, get emotional, get loud no matter what the outcome is. It's a fun time. Where there's ends, there's always new beginnings, and let's look forward to it. So cheers, Swank, to an end of a season. We are in the playoffs, and we are playing a game at the end of the regular season that doesn't matter. So I love being in that situation. Cheers, all of you watching, and cheers, all of you at Highmark. Love you guys.
Hell yeah. Guys, we talk about it every single week, and I think probably for the last 8 seasons, I think, ever since Josh Allen has became what Josh Allen is for us, I try to remind, I guess, a friendly reminder, man, enjoy every single game. Enjoy watching this team. We all know, those of us that live through the drought, which I think a lot of you have, what it can be and where it came from and what it is now. And there's a certain amount of respect and joy that you have to take in every single game, regardless if it's one of those games that really doesn't matter too much. But to me, man, it does matter. I think I want a little higher seat. So let's get the W and get on and cheer them on good, man. Appreciate it. These 18 weeks went by like that.
Yep.
We will be joining you before kickoff next weekend, however it works out. I don't know if it's Saturday, Sunday, whatever. We'll find out probably by the end of today, I'm going to guess. We'll be there hour and a half before kickoff with Sunday sessions, and then we'll be there the next week, and then we'll be there the next week, and then we're going to be there the next week. Your Super Bowl pregame right here on the Buff Fan Base Network. Woo! Guys, love you to death. Go Bills.
Love that sign behind you, Swank, that nice neon sign. Love you all to death as well. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
We've been high, we've been low. Life moves fast, so take it slow. Just hold me close, don't let me go. They found Jesus and we found love. Guess we both think it's